So, hello friends, welcome once again. This is CA Rajiv Khatlawala, author of How to Profit from Technical Analysis. And I'm sure all have had a very interesting week. Last week was very good as far as the mid caps and the small caps were concerned. And I'm sure many of you have booked good profits. Though the indices, the broader indices, were sideways. They were not going anywhere. They were not rising. They were not falling. They were going on a sideway movement. So this in this video, I thought let me try to analyze what is happening in the world indices, whether Indian markets are the only markets where the index or the indices are losing momentum, or is it true for the other indices also. So in today's video, friends, I'll be taking the evaluation of Dow Jones index. I'll start with that, and thereafter we will go to the other indices, the key indices. I have stuck only to the stock market indices. Maybe in some other video we will take some other market, that is commodities markets, etc. But in this video I'll be covering only the stock market indices and 4 or 5 major indices here. This will be, the idea will be to get a grip of what is happening around the world in the key world markets. So let me share my screen, friends, and I'm sure before I go ahead, I am sure you have subscribed to my channel, and if not, please do so. And you can share these videos with your friends so that they can also get benefit from the broader evaluation. Now, before I start the evaluation of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, let me spell out one disclaimer which normally is there for all such analysis, and that is that this video is only for educative purposes. Please take your own investment decisions independently. The views which are expressed here are based purely on the price structure and the price analysis, and they are indicative only. So you need to be taking your own decisions of whether to be positive, bullish, or bearish. So whatever you decide is your own decision. So friends, on this background, let us start the evaluation for Dow Jones. Now, as we can see, like in case of Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the Indian indices, the Dow Jones also has been in a bullish market condition for a long time, especially since it made the lows in the last COVID crash last year, that is. And right now we are in a high low formation, and recently also we did see some corrections, but those were only corrections and they did not change the overall trend. So let me draw some trend lines which will give you an idea as to how we are evaluating the market as such. So this is one trend line which I have drawn. Let us call this the base trend line, and this base trend line has been giving support to the Dow Jones index since last year's crash. And now obviously the some points are remaining in between, so I will join these intermediate lows also here. And now I think what you are observing on your screens, this trend line which I have drawn is basically a minor trend line which is giving support to the Dow Jones index. Now, as we observe, Dow Jones index on 10th of May, it made a high of 35,091. From there was more or less a sideways movement, and we saw a low of almost 33,270 getting touched. Now, incidentally, as I was analyzing or as I was observing this Dow Jones index, what I observed was an interesting fact that we can also draw trend lines by joining the recent lows, and exactly that is the level where the Dow Jones index got support. So at 33,270, there were two supports for the index, and that was this channelized downward trend line, and this trend line, which is the minor trend line which we have drawn, was coming nearer to 33,200, 270 levels. And from there, we saw a rebound now. Now let us draw one more line on this channel, because this is, as I said, it is a channelized movement. So let me draw this trend line again here. Now what we observe is, now let me color this a little different so that you are able to understand the channel. So I'll mark this trend lines as black. So the two black trend lines are suggesting that for the last few days, Dow Jones index is in a sideways channelized movement. Usually channelized movements don't give reversals, and that is why after the channelized movement, in the last couple of days, that is especially on 1st of July, the trend line has been broken on the upside, suggesting that Dow Jones index can still further go up. And as I was seeing the momentum indicators, especially indicators like RSI, MACD, etc., the momentum indicators are also in favor of a further rise in the Dow Jones index. Now, right now, the Dow Jones index yesterday, that is Friday, it has closed at 34,786. And on the upper side, my calculated target for the Dow Jones index is at 35,500. So I have marked this point here, 35,500 approximately. Now this target is possible, especially considering that the index has come out of the channel, the sideways channel which it was in for the last few days. It has come out of this channel. Plus, there is good amount of momentum picking up now, especially last couple of days when it broke above the channel. The momentum has started picking up, and that is why we will target at least a new high for the index. The previous high, as I mentioned, was at around 35,091, and in the coming days we can expect that the Dow Jones index can touch 35,500. This should be your upper target. Of course, people who have been in this market for some time, they are also aware that 35,091, that is the previous high, which is incidentally the the high of the last so many years. This high can act as a temporary resistance. So, but considering the momentum, it is very likely that this will also be surpassed. This on the lower side, let us also be ready in case there is any unforeseen circumstances or unforeseen events happening. On the lower side, we should be ready to become or leave the bullish scenario if the index breaks the 34,100 level. So 109. So I'm just rounding it off. 34,100 is our reference level. If that is broken, the prices come back into the channel which it was for the last so many days. It comes back into the channel. In that case, the breakout would not work out. And once it again comes back into the channel, then there is always a possibility that it will try to test the lower end of the channel. So 34,100 for the Dow Jones is a key level. And on the upside, as I said, we will, as the price action goes ahead, we will target 35,091 and 35,500 approximate levels. So this is the evaluation for Dow Jones index. Now let us see the evaluation for another popular index which people track, and that is the NASDAQ composite. So let us go to NASDAQ Composite. Yes. Now, in case of NASDAQ Composite, if you observe, right now we are already at 14,640. And if I draw a similar trend line which I had drawn in case of Dow Jones, so let me draw the channel here. It is almost like a straight channel here. There was a high made here, and this was almost like a triangle, if we can say so. And if I draw the long-term trend lines, what I observe is that the long-term trend line is also more or less, I think I should change this point A here because it is not joining many points. So yes, now this is a correct trend line. Now let me mark this a little as a heavy trend line here. Yes. So for the NASDAQ Composite right now, 13,400 is a very key long-term support, as depicted by this dark trend line here. And as we observe, in case of NASDAQ, on 22nd of June, there was a breakout of this previous high. The previous high at that time was at around 14,175, and on 22nd June, the NASDAQ Composite closed above 14,250. And that gave you the breakout. The momentum was already picking up at that point in time, and that is why we are seeing a further rise. And we saw the NASDAQ going nearer right now. It is already at 14,640, and the calculated target for the NASDAQ is nearer to 14,850. So I think I have not got it exactly, so I'll just change the value here by changing the coordinates. So 14,850 is something which we will look out for on the upside in the immediate next few days, so immediate future. On the lower side, the current rally is quite a steep one. So if I draw one more trend line joining the recent lows, it is quite a steep trend line. And therefore, those of you who are trading the NASDAQ Composite or watching the NASDAQ Composite, you can keep an eye on 14,430 or safely 14,400. As we go along, you can just keep on watching this trend line value. Right now, it is placed at 14,400. So till the time it touches the target of 14,850, we will remain bullish, and we will track. We will keep reference of 14,400. So this is the broad evaluation of NASDAQ Composite. Now let me go to one more index which is also many times tracked by many traders, and that is the Nikkei index. So Nikkei 225, Japanese Nikkei index. And surprisingly, the Japanese Nikkei index has been in a sideways movement for a long time. In fact, this is an entire downward channel, if we can say so. This channel, in fact, I can draw one more trend line here. Yes. Now it is in a sideways movement. I have seen the momentum indicators, and it is indicating that the momentum is still not there. So there is no bullish momentum. In fact, there is no bearish momentum also. And this sort of a scenario is called a loss of momentum scenario in price analysis. So right now the Nikkei index is in a loss of momentum scenario, suggesting that it will go sideways. It might give you intraday or a couple of days movements, but the overall trend will remain sideways. And as we can observe, let me draw the long-term trend line here. So let us start from this point. And we are trying to connect as many points as possible. Right now, if you observe, we are almost at the long-term trend line as far as the Nikkei index is concerned. So I will, we can conclude here that if for Nikkei index, the scenario is a loss of momentum, a sideways movement, and on the we are almost at the long-term support. So unless and until the level of 27,700 is not broken, the trend will remain on the sideways. Alternatively, if there is a upward movement, then 29,500 is a level which we will keep in mind. Beyond this, one can expect a gaining of momentum on the upside. So these are the this is the evaluation for Nikkei 225. I'm sorry. And now let me go to the Nifty. Now, for the Nifty 50 index, this is the most tracked index in India. So right now, as we observe, the Nifty has been in a sideways movement for many days. Now, there is a typical reason for that, and those of you who are aware of price analysis would understand that there is a formation of a divergence on the price charts. So I'm just drawing some trend line so that you would understand the importance of that. So the Nifty index has been also in an upward movement, just like the Dow Jones index. And I'm drawing the long-term trend line here. Yes, so we are in a long-term bullish scenario. But in the last few days, we can say that it is in a sideways movement. The markets have stopped rising. They are tired right now. There is a fatigue, and the sideways movement is likely to continue for at least some more days. Now, on the what are the breakout levels? So on the upside, 15,900 is the Nifty level. Where there is a strong resistance, there is a lot of selling pressure at 15,900, and unless and until there is a closing above 15,900, the overall structure will remain sideways. And you can use this as a trading opportunity, 15,900 on the upside, and on the downside, as we can see here, 15,450 is your this is a 450 point trading range, if we can say so. And unless and until either side breakout comes in, there will not be any specific direction to the market. But friends, this is as far as the Nifty is concerned. So Nifty is a index of 50 stocks. There are 50 large stocks, but there is a lot of action happening in the mid cap and the small cap indices and the stocks, and therefore irrespective of the movement of the Nifty, till the time it remains in this range of 450 points, there will be a lot of trading opportunities, bullish scenarios occurring in the mid cap and small cap space. Now, this is as far as the Nifty is concerned. Now, let me go to the Bank Nifty, another highly traded index as far as India is concerned. Now, in case of Bank Nifty, I have probably in my earlier videos, I have indicated that the level of 34, let me mark this exact point. Yes. So we are exactly at 35,800. So 35,800 is a very key level here. And unless and until there is a breakout of 35,800 on the upside, the overall structure of Nifty Bank will remain on the sideways. On the lower side, friends, here we have a key level of 33,900, approximately 34,000. So right now, Bank Nifty is stuck in the range of on the lower side 34,000, and on the upper side around 35,300 to 35,800. This is a range where it is stuck. and unless and until this range is broken, the overall banking stocks will remain sideways. There will be a trading, they will give trading opportunities, but not a very major movement one can expect. One thing I would like to add here is that PSU banks, lot of individual stocks in the PSU banking space are showing good amount of movements, and if you are tracking them, they will be giving you good returns. So I am sure, friends, that this video of world indices, various indices of the world, I am sure this has given you some good insights, and on this base I will stop the video right now here, but please do subscribe to this channel, and hit the like button, and if you have liked this video, please share it with your friends, so that they can also get benefit of the analysis. Thank you very much, friends, and this is CA Rajiv Katlawala signing off. Thank you.